Hi, welcome back to HATV. I'm Paul Malkmus.
And I'm Ann Malkmus.
And we're here at the studios of Howley Acres with Michele Badanek. And Michele is from Lakeland, Florida.
Yes.
And you have a wonderful story to share about your health.
Yes, I am a heavy metal toxicity survivor. And in addition to the heavy metal, I also had root canals. And so the combination of root canals and heavy metals, I was suffering from chronic fatigue. And I mean, I could not remember anything. I had terrible energy levels. And it seemed like the more I tried to help myself, the worse I got. So the first thing that I did was see a biological dentist and talk about what we should do first. And so it was determined that the root canals were making me sicker than the heavy metal amalgam fillings.
Wow.
I had 5.
5 root canals.
5 root canals
My
over, my childhood
Oh,
and
yes.
my adult life, and many people have more than one.
You're right.
But what they don't realize is that root canal is decomposing, and so as it's decomposing, it's compromising your immune system.
So what do you mean the root canal is decomposing? How does that work?
Well, a root canal is where, the decay has gotten so bad that the dentist has to remove the interior of the tooth. So he reams out the nerves, he reams out the blood supply, and you basically just have the shell left.
Just the bone.
Just the bony part of the tooth. Well, when you remove the blood supply and the nervous supply of a tooth, it's actually dead. And so anything that is dead is going to follow the law of Mother Nature. It's going to decompose.
Start breaking down.
Starts breaking down with bacteria. And we can't notice it or smell it or anything because it's below the surface of the gum. And so this fulminating bacteria is working constantly against your immune system. And so even though you're young, you may be tolerating a root canal fine, you don't realize that it's causing the immune suppression. But over the years, your immune system will falter, and the infection below the gum line will be getting worse and worse, and they call that a cavitation. So the cavitation may or may not show up on X-ray, but they do have special machines that can detect a cavitation called a cavitat. So anyway, you cannot overcome an infection like that with diet alone. I know, I tried. It seemed like the more organic food I brought in, the sicker I would be. And so we realized that we had to remove the tooth. And we did the removal of the teeth systematically. And because of the fact that I'm being operated on, I'm having the teeth surgically removed, I realized I needed to have a very efficient, high nutrient-dense diet. And so that was where the Hallelujah Diet came in.
Wow.
It was the most efficient. I had done my research, and half the time I was out of commission, couldn't chew, couldn't do anything, so I'm blending salads, I'm drinking micronized vegetables with the kale and the calcium and everything, trying to rebuild the tissue, and I just attributed the diet to helping me recover so quickly.
Wow, that's really neat.
So did it? I mean, so you said you drank all the micronized vegetables, so you could. How long did it take? What was the recovery like?
Actually, a couple of years, because I had 5 root canals and I had 12 heavy metal fillings, or the silver amalgam fillings, and we had to do things in quadrants.
Yes,
Right.
that's
And
right.
but it seemed like I was always on the way to the dentist, coming back from the dentist, always needing to drink nutritional food, and so that was my life for a couple of years. I mean, just anything I could think of to detoxify the heavy metals, that's what I did. I would put cilantro in my drinks. I would do the smoothies. I would sweat in a far-infrared sauna. Just anything I could do to boost my immune system and help myself feel better.
Now, what happened today? After you've gone through the far-infrared saunas, you've gone through the heavy metal detoxification, you gave yourself copious amounts of nutrients and nutrition. How are you today?
I feel wonderful.
Really?
And my mind is functioning better. I have my memory back, and I'm just feeling really vibrant and nice.
Wow.
So I have great energy and cognitive, skills, and
Yes.
went back to school. I would have never thought of doing that, or never thought that I could do that as badly as I felt before. So I just want to share the message that you can overcome chronic fatigue, that if you get to the root of the problem, the body can rebuild itself.
No pun intended.
Yeah, I was laughing.
Right.
Well, it's really neat to see that, here you had these issues, and as you said, you got to the root of the problem, you got to the cause. And so many times I think our traditional medical system, we're dealing with the symptoms rather than going in and saying, what is the cause for this body not functioning right? And when we address the cause, that the body just starts working right. It's amazing.
That's right. I agree. It's symptom management on the conventional side. And when you do look at the root of the problem, you can address it.
And keeping a nutrient-dense diet throughout all of this is probably what helped you not only recover in a much better, quicker way, but it also prevented you from having any particular relapses, which can happen in situations.
I agree. The nutrition was key.
It was.
And it really goes without saying, but we need to say it, that we need to make sure that when we're removing mercury, that we do it in a way that really protects the body. And I'm sure that the dentist that you used made sure that you were protected, so you were inhaling any of the fumes, and none of the mercury was going down into your digestive system.
Exactly. He was a biological dentist. And he put a bed of chlorella and charcoal in the bottom of my mouth.
Good.
And then used the dam and the face mask, and I
Got
had
the
to
oxygen.
hold. It was quite a procedure.
It
was scary, but I did feel safe, and I was glad that he also protected his staff. They wore like gas masks themselves, and
Well, that mercury is so dangerous, and it's amazing. Here we are putting mercury in our mouth, right in the middle of our whole body, our being. And, the mouth is so important for our health, and yet we compromise it with something as toxic as mercury and somehow think it's safe.
It goes down to the cellular level immediately.
Yeah, it just moves right in the body and starts breaking down in the body.
Well, we can't thank you enough for sharing this story. We know there are many, many people, our viewers, who really needed to hear this because they don't understand that chronic fatigue could potentially be a cause because of some of the things in our mouth.
Root canal and
I
mercury
think so.
toxicity.
I think if anyone's suffering from an illness that the doctor can't put his finger on and they can't figure out what it is, look in the mouth.
That's right.
Yes.
Look in your mouth.
We agree.
That's good. We can't say it any better than that here. So thank you, Michele, for joining us.
Thank you.
Yes,
I appreciate it.
And
Thank
your
you.
story is wonderful.
Thank you.
And thank you, audience, for being with us. This is AM and PM, and we're on HATV. We'll see you next time.